Welcome to Tobi Reboot. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on the bell, and hit like to get all my latest content.
Okay, let's talk about it. That one decade of your life that is just surrounded by massive expectations and, let's be honest, a pretty confusing reality, your 20s. I mean, we've all heard this one, right? It's painted as this amazing time of freedom, wild adventures, and pure excitement. It's supposed to be the decade you just enjoy while you can. Because for so many people, the reality is something else entirely. It's actually a time of deep confusion, uncertainty, and this constant nagging feeling of being overwhelmed and lost. If that sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone. So why does this period feel so intense? Let's really break down the sources of all this pressure. And trust me, it is not just in your head. This isn't just any old decade. It's a completely unique transition. You're moving from the structured, predictable world of school into the wide-open and, frankly, often intimidating landscape of adulthood. So, first up, you've got the academic pressure cooker. You got to finish your education, and not just finish, but completely crush it and make all those late-night study sessions actually mean something. Then, all of a sudden, you're expected to just jump right into the workforce, find a good job, and start building a career, even if you have no idea what you want that career to even be. On top of all that, you're supposed to become a fully independent adult with way more responsibilities than you have ever had before in your life. And maybe the biggest challenge of them all? While you're juggling everything else, you're also trying to answer these huge questions. Who am I? What am I passionate about? What is my purpose in this world? It's a lot to handle all at once. And while you're navigating this whole internal maze, you open up social media, and what do you see? It feels like everyone else has it all figured out. The money, the travel, the perfect life. That comparison trap is absolutely brutal, and it can leave you feeling like a total failure. You know, all of that pressure from the outside creates this really powerful battle on the inside, and it often leads to feeling paralyzed and doing something we all know way too well: procrastination. But here's the thing about procrastination. It's not always about laziness. A lot of the time, it's a defense mechanism. It's like this psychological shield against the fear of failing or not being perfect. When the pressure feels that high, sometimes it just feels safer to not start at all than to start and fall short. This is such a perfect illustration of how that works. You get an idea in month 1, and you're excited, but then month 2 hits, and you start to feel intimidated. By month 3, you're just plain scared of the outcome. You build this thing up in your head to be this monumental task, only to find that when you finally do it, it takes like 2 hours. That right there is fear at work. So beyond the internal struggles with purpose and productivity, there's another major challenge that really defines this decade: a profound sense of isolation and loneliness. Your social world just gets completely rearranged. You might move for a job or school, leaving your whole support system behind. Relationships that once felt so permanent suddenly become temporary. And sometimes, the people you thought would be there forever just slowly become strangers. It can be incredibly disorienting. And for many people, this is the decade of your first serious heartbreak. The emotional whiplash is so real. One day you feel like you're finally moving on, and the next, you don't even want to leave your room. It's a uniquely painful and really lonely experience. So it's tough, we get it. But this is the turning point. What if we could reframe this entire experience? What if being lost isn't the problem, but is actually part of the solution? This right here perfectly captures the mental shift we need to make. Instead of looking at this lost feeling as some kind of personal failure, what if we embrace it as a necessary period of growth and self-discovery? This is your time to explore, to experiment, and to figure things out. The key really is exploration. Every new skill you learn, every hobby you try, every person you meet, each one is a piece of the puzzle. You're not failing, you're gathering data about yourself and the world around you, slowly building a clearer sense of your own purpose. So, how do we actively navigate this period of discovery? Let's talk about a path forward, one that's all about your journey on your timeline. Okay, here are 4 crucial steps to guide you. First, just explore and experiment. Take a class in something you've always been curious about. Second, take healthy risks. This doesn't mean being reckless, it just means stepping out of your comfort zone, like applying for that job in a new city. Third,
Accept that people are going to come and go from your life. It's a natural part of everyone's story. And finally, and this is a big one, let go of the rigid expectations you have for yourself and just try to live day by day.
And this brings us right back to that comparison trap. When you look at someone else's timeline, you're only seeing the highlight reel. Your story is still being written, and it does not need to look like anyone else's. The bottom line is, there is no point in comparing. And here's the real secret. Nobody, at any age, really has it all figured out. We are all just learning as we go, trying to create lives that are meaningful and fulfilling. This feeling isn't unique to your 20s. It's just part of being human. So let's end with this thought. What if this feeling of being lost isn't a curse, but actually a gift? What if it's not about being unmoored, but about having the freedom to explore, to change, and to write a story that is uniquely and authentically yours?